Hey guys, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I hope you enjoyed this interview. All right, MS Ngawa, engineer MS Ngawa joins me now. He's an energy economist. Let's try and see if we can understand this petrol price one and conundrum. Hello, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yes. Now, let's get started. Give me your own understanding and reading of the shenanigans that is going on now, because in the last few days, of course, I've seen a lot of people commenting. You're seeing different people have different views. What's your own understanding? Let's take it from there. Let me see if I can understand where you are coming from.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. So, my own understanding, I have always made it very clear that, there is a disconnection between Nigerian people and their understanding of the oil and gas industry and how it works. The whole industry is, the way it works is that it's actually regulated by like international regulations. So when something is regulated by international regulations, there is like less, there is like an extent to which the local authorities can shape the happenings in that sector. And then over the last few years, we have had people saying that if Dangote refinery comes to life, everything will just, and that is not the case, because even Dangote, as the refinery is located in Nigeria and we have our own crude, that doesn't mean that we will get it in our own terms, because there are other factors, that external factors per se, that affect the industry. So my own understanding is that there is need for people like experts to create awareness all the time when something like this happens. Even from the government side, there should be a proper education of Nigerians so that they understand it. When they have proper understanding, it will even be easier for the government to properly plan and execute the planning.
Now, what do you understand now? The price,
Yes.
because we've seen, is it 898? Because so much
898.
confusion. It's 898 NNPCC Limited says, oh, okay, we got from Dangote. Dangote said, no, this and this, so no, because this one is now dollar until October. Explain to Nigerians why perhaps fuel price may be selling for more than that, or close to more than even 1,000 in some areas now,
Yes.
or may even increase more than it is right now. Because what we don't understand is that everybody was, celebrating that, oh, Dangote refinery has come on stream, we may have fuel prices because of other added costs have been eliminated. Shipping, what do they call that again? Landing costs.
Freight landing
yes,
cost, yes.
that is about 1, 2, and all of that. So explain why it is so. And I guess you would have seen the different press releases from the NNPC Limited
Yes,
in the last few days, as well as even the press release from Dangote
yes.
refinery. So how are you interpreting all of this?
Okay, so just like you said, NNPC released its own breakdown, and then that breakdown came from invoice issued to them by the Dangote refinery for the purchase. I learned that the invoice was reading about, a letter of credit reading about $120 million for 25 million liters or so. Like I said before, pricing of petroleum products is determined by so many factors. And then major factors are the crude oil itself, the crude oil price, which is a global price, the refining cost, distribution, and then margin. We all know that Dangote refinery bought all his crude oil in dollars. I said all, because even the NNPC supplied him in dollars. We have not started that crude in naira agreement until October 1st. The government has been very clear, Dangote refinery has been very clear, and everybody has been clear that that arrangement will start on October 1st. So since it has not started, it means that all the crude oil that Dangote is refining as at today was bought in dollars. So if it was bought in dollars, meaning that dollar rate will affect the price of the end product. So after the crude price, we have the refining cost. Dangote refinery is like a new refinery. It just started. It just came on board. There are even some touches left for it to be fully on board. What that means is that this is the initial stage of the life cycle. And then, $20 billion was invested to get that refinery to where it is today. What that simply means is that the investors, the shareholders, they have to recoup their investment.
Including Nigerian people, because we also,
yes,
we put some money there too.
Yes, so that money that everybody invested, it has to be recouped because it's a profitable business. It's not like a charity business. So that means there is going to be a refining cost. Refining cost, it depends. It depends on the depreciation period of the refinery. It also depends on the return on investment as calculated during the business case of the refinery. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is that part of the pricing component is the refining cost. And after that, there has to be a margin that will speak to the profit of the investors. But even though Dangote refinery margin, as I saw on the breakdown, is just about $0.03, which is about, I think, 46 naira or so, which is way lower than the average margin a refinery should have. We all know that across the world, refinery businesses is not as profitable as people think it is. But even at that, the Dangote refinery margin is way, way lower than it should be. But I don't know why the motivation, maybe because they are trying to help the situation, but the margin is way lower. So if you look at the components as released by the NNPC, these are the three major components that made up the ex-factory price, which is the refinery price, the pumping price. Because when you do everything, as at the time of pumping into tankers or into vessels, that's when you determine the price plus your margin. And then if you look at it, NNPC said they bought everything at 898. That's the ex-factory price, which means everything included. So if you look at the dollar rate of every liter, you see that it's just about $0.55, which is about 55 cents. So the reason why it is 898 in Nigeria is because our dollar is 1,600 and something. Because the conversion rate they use is 1,637 naira per dollar. So if you compare the two, you will see that the reason why we are buying it, where NNPC bought it at 897 is because of the dollar rate. Not because Dangote refinery is doing something different from other refineries. Because
okay, the question is, why is Dangote not also forthcoming in terms of the price it is selling?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I even heard it from Dangote at the time. Oh, when they asked him the issue of price, he said, no, the federal government will still come and fix the price. There's an implementation committee and all of that. And you now saw NNPC brought out a statement to it to say, no, this is this. In fact, I think the ministry actually also said, this is a deregulated market.
Yes.
So why are you seeing those shenanigans? What? It seems the more you try to understand, the more confused you are.
So actually, the way I understand it is, both Dangote and the government, they are being careful with what they say in public or what they do, of their actions. Because,
Are you sure they've been careful? Because
the period
the activities of the last few weeks have
I'm
not
telling you,
shown
everybody
carefulness.
is being careful. Because like you said earlier, everybody is just afraid of announcing the price. Because,
Why?
Because people are eager to know and their emotions are high. So when emotions are high and you pronounce something that's against the will of people or that people don't want to hear.
On the part of Dangote?
On all their
Because
part.
the government, NNPC, NNPC Limited has announced
it's
it.
Because it's to their advantage.
It's because it's to their advantage.
To their advantage.
Why doesn't Dangote want to announce? He doesn't want to pit the people against itself.
Yes.
To say, oh, it's the local refinery. We thought you would be lower.
Because as of today, what NNPC is even selling in their filling station is lower than what they bought from Dangote. So Dangote is afraid to announce it, maybe. That's what I feel. He's afraid to announce it to fault Nigerians. And then NNPC, since this one is to their advantage, that's why they announce it, because it's there on paper. You gave us invoice, and that's what the invoice is reading. Yes, so I believe this is the reason why you see, this is the reason why you have all these shenanigans going on. This one will say no, this one will say yes.
But is it healthy for us?
No, actually it's not healthy for us. Everybody should come clear. Like the NNPC did, they came out clear that this is what we bought. If Dangote refinery thinks it's not right, they should come with their own rejoinder, maybe with price. That's why some people, some Nigerians are saying the press release from Dangote is not enough. We need to see
the price
like
itself.
NNPC did. We need to see pricing. And you know, apart from the Dangote X price, NNPC too has other costs. If you look at the breakdown, we have the regulatory cost, which is the NNDPRA charges. That one is according to PIA, is 1% of every liter of refined product you have to pay to government. And then we have the inspection charges, and then we have distribution costs. NNPC will use either trucks or vessel to their depots, and then maybe storage facilities and rest. And then at the end of the day, NNPC2 is a profitable company belonging to Nigerians. So they have to put their own margins. If you look at their own margins, it's 26 naira. And then typically you can't invest about 900 naira for you to get 20 naira. It's not a good business to me. But at least NNPC is government-owned company belonging to all of us. So it's understandable that they are drastically reducing the margin so that the impact will not be big on Nigerians.
Is there still an issue of monopoly here with the NNPC Limited buying from Dangote?
So the main reason NNPC is buying from Dangote is because of the regulatory issues, regulation issues. Like you said, they said it's the regulated market, but even the government also came out to say that NNPC is paying difference. Like you said, landing cost before used to be about 1,200 or so. But what we are buying for today, officially, what NNPC is selling is about 890 something, 97 or so. So that means somebody somewhere is paying the balance.
Which is the NNPC?
NNPC. So if NNPC is the one paying the balance, and then they are in charge of everything that comes to Nigeria as far as PMS is concerned, and then Dangote is coming to market, he cannot be allowed to sell directly to the marketers if this is his price.
Why? Is it that... That is actually also a conundrum.
No, it's not.
That must he only sell to NNPC?
Yes, because his price is higher than what NNPC is already selling to.
Or he wants actually also to be verified. He wants to be so certain that he will be getting his money.
No. It's not about it's even more certain with the marketers than NNPC, because it's government owned. While them they are business people. The main reason is because there is still an aspect of differentials subsidy to be paid for Nigerians to buy PMS at the rate they will be paying. It's not the normal subsidy we know. They call it differentials, which is charged from NNPC profit or whatever. So that's the reason why they have to come in the middle so that they can pay that differentials for Nigerians to buy at a lower rate than what Dangote is selling.
So why do you think that the petrol marketers are complaining? I guess you saw...
Yes, there must be some complaints up and down now, because, you know, like we have other modular refineries, and even you, if you want, you can go and register with them and be their off-taker. That's how business should be. If you have your market, you buy from them directly and sell to your market without any middleman. That's the normal, the ideal market structure. But if there is somebody in the middle, that means he determines what you do. He determines how you sell, because I cannot subsidize product and you sell at your own will. If I subsidize, I will give you the price I want you to sell, because I have subsidized. So that's what that's why the marketers are not happy with NNPCB in the middle.
So as we wind down, this October will soon be here.
Yes.
Naira for crude.
Yes.
Do you see it impacting in any way? Do you know why I'm asking this question? Because when the president made the announcement, that should be like a month ago or so,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken, they now set up an implementation committee. In that press release or that statement that I saw fixed price. I don't know if you also saw that. I underlined it, fixed price. So I wonder what that fixed price will be, because if they are saying now they are going to be selling crude, not only to Dangote, local refiners, in Naira, how will this now, would we see any change perhaps when October comes?
Yes, I believe we should be seeing some changes. Do you know why? Because, like I said, the crude Dangote bought it in dollars. So that's why we still have the dollar, we are still pressurizing our own currency, Naira, because there is a demand of about 1.23 billion every month just to import PMS.
So this one now will be in Naira.
Yeah, so since
but it will be exchanged at the dollar rate too.
No, but at least
but you are using Naira. You will not go and look for dollars.
So if you are not looking for that 1.3 billion, about 40% of our demand every month, that means there is less pressure on dollar and there is more pressure on Naira. It will strengthen our Naira, and then at the end of the day, the Naira value will be going up.
Will it reflect in price?
It will reflect directly on our price. Because if...
Directly on petrol price?
Yes, because if NNPC is selling in Naira, they will use the exchange rate. And if the exchange rate is lower, that means it will affect the end product, the price of end product. So I am seeing, even though not immediately, it will take a little time, but I am seeing that if we start this arrangement by October 1st, we will be able to see significant change in our exchange rate and then ultimately on our PMS price.
Let's see how that significant change will come, because there's a history. What goes up never comes down in Nigeria. Let's see.
No, this one will come down.
Okay, let's see. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
I've been speaking with engineer MS Ingawa, who is an energy economist, and we've been looking at the conundrum of petrol price in Nigeria. Of course, that is not all. I know that the next few days, a lot of things will be unveiling, because it seems one day, one drama in this country. But be the best you can be and be the change that you want to see. I am Nancy Naji. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. In case this is your first time watching us, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop your comments as well as like, and most of all, share our content.